All right, we are here to do the spoiler talk
So
for
excited.
the Eternals, my guys and my gals.
It's been so hard to like not say any spoilers in the last one.
Man, dog, just started, okay? What? Look, spoiler.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Okay, go for it.
Okay. First things first. I just want to ask you, who was your favorite character now that you've seen it?
Now that I've seen it.
Yeah.
So in the comics.
Not going off the comics.
Well, no, there's a reason. There's a reason.
Okay.
So in the comics, I really love Icarus.
Mm-hmm.
I love how complex he is. But in the movie, I've also loved Druig in the comics too. But in the movie, I would say, what's his face, man? What's his face? Hold on.
Who?
Hold on. I gotta pull up his name. Keep forgetting the name. Hold on.
The one with Thena?
Who?
The one with Thena?
The one with Athena?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? It dropped down to 51%, bro. It dropped down to audience score 86%.
Man, these critics are tripping.
Audience score is 60%. I'm gonna leave my review on Rotten Tomatoes after this. Okay, I am contributing to the success.
This is all gonna be all
of this film,
guys.
51% so far to 86%. And me sucking my teeth, dog.
Critics are tripping, bro.
They tripping on this one, okay? They tripping on this one. Kumail Nanjiani. Oh my god, how am I forget his name? Kingo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, man, it's hard because I really like them all.
Mm-hmm.
I really honestly like them all.
The one I wanted to know more about and the one that I was really intrigued by was Makkari.
Makkari, yeah. I knew you were gonna say Makkari. I love Makkari, man. So fun thing about Makkari is actually male in the comic books. Makkari, and in the comic books, Makkari and Cersei had an on and off relationship.
Okay.
For like they got together, broke up each other over 5,000 times.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Also, I hope if they're going the route with the true nature of the Eternals, I will say this: Gilgamesh and Ajak are and Icarus is alive. Okay. Eternals can't die.
Okay.
So I don't know how much of that they're gonna keep because so I'm sorry, 51%. That junk's gonna jump to 49%. I don't know what is going on, dog. This is the most ridiculous thing I've seen in my life. This movie is really not that bad, ladies and gentlemen.
I just feel like they put a bunch of people that didn't know anything about the MCU, and they're like, okay, just watch this.
I don't know what they saw. I don't know what's going on, yo. I really don't understand. Maybe we're really just that blind because I can't really seem to wrap my head around. I can't really seem to agree with any of this. I don't know.
I can't either.
I'm really trying, dog. I'm really trying.
I mean, there's obviously a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
Like, that was the first thing I felt. Like, even when they were just, like, you know, awoken, it was, like, instant chemistry, and it grew more, and, like, you just felt it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really don't understand. I tried to find negative things, but I just can't. I couldn't like find something negative about it.
The only negative we had was the pacing.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a little bit of a slower, you know, middle section.
Yeah, a slower middle section for sure. This is not like a popcorn movie. I mean, in terms of, I feel like, because I feel like this is the right way to do the Eternals. The Eternals are very complex. So here's the thing about the Eternals, right? In the comic books, and maybe you'll see the relation here. So they changed this up a little bit. First of all, Olympia was actually located on Earth.
Okay.
Olympia was the area where the Eternals would be revived. So they would be revived and then they would, you know, come back. So Eternals, here's the thing about them, they would die and then they would be reborn. They would be remade in their chamber.
Okay.
So their body would disintegrate and they're very, very extremely hard to kill. You cannot really kill them like that. So they normally get revived, but every time that they were revived, their memories got wiped. So they were originally sent. It was actually three. And Jack Kirby in his story explained it. The Celestials. The movies changed it up a little bit, which is fine because it wouldn't have made sense if they did it this way. But the Celestials created three beings. They created the Eternals, they created the humans, and they created the Deviants. Mm-hmm. The Deviants weren't really like monsters. They were really like just people. They were like different people that were just kind of, they all looked different. So the Deviants, right? The Deviants in the comic books, they looked like this.
Okay, so like kind of like alien-esque.
Alien, yeah. You see, they all look different. Yeah. So they all had something that was very different about them. They were like considered the most diverse thing. And also too, I think Thanos, if I'm not mistaken, I think Thanos is actually like a part deviant or something like that. I can't remember exactly that, but I think in the comic books, yes. So the deviants were a little bit more cooler in the comics, I think, just because they were like, and the thing that made them important was that they can reproduce like crazy. Mm-hmm. And they had control over Earth for a while. And then the Eternals were there to kind of bring back balance to Earth. So they were there to protect the humans and fight the deviants and get rid of them. But then, later on they found out that the deviants, especially Neil Gaiman's run, they kind of changed a little bit. But the Neil Gaiman's run, the deviants are actually basically celestial food. Mm-hmm. Because they reproduce so much, the Celestials would come and then just pick them up and just eat them, like if they were caviar. Mm. So that created an issue because the Deviants felt like they were being abandoned, and that their makers, their creators, didn't like them anymore, and they wanted revenge.
Okay.
So the comic books, I feel, did a little better job in setting the Deviants up instead of making them just monsters that just became predators. Right. I didn't really like that about the movie.
Because just seeing here makes me think that they kind of combined some of them. Mm-hmm. Like, for those of you I don't know if you're showing this or not, probably not. But what the deviant turned into after absorbing Gilgamesh and Ajak. So what like it became, it looks similar to like kind of, it's taking like bits and pieces from the OG deviants, I guess.
And there's also another thing, a power of hierarchy too. The leader of the Eternals in the comic books was Zurus. You haven't seen Zurus.
Okay, and then like I don't even know who that is.
Yes, Zurus is not even mentioned in this movie. Maybe he'll show up later. This was Zurus.
Okay.
All right, he was considered the strongest Eternal. He was like the king of them, and Ajak was the only one that could communicate with Arishan, with the Celestial that created them.
Yep.
So, or with the Celestials, period. So the two of them worked together often and did a lot of stuff together. So I was looking forward to see Zurus. I'm kind of upset they didn't bring him in.
Well, maybe in the future.
You
know who he looks like?
Who?
What's that one guy from Game of Thrones?
Oh, you talking about the one from Beyond the Wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he would make a good Zurus.
Yeah, he would make a good Zurus. Zurus is a really dope character, so I'm kind of upset they didn't bring him in, but that's okay. But since Zurus wasn't involved in this movie, Ajak was the leader, which was cool. I actually liked Salma Hayek as Ajak. I really liked how they did her. Ajak was a male in the comics. They changed the gender, which is okay too.
Felt like she had like such a presence.
She did,
even though she died earlier in the movie, but she really kept that presence in like the flashbacks and all throughout. Yeah.
So it was I really loved how they handled her and the communication with the Celestials. So the thing about it with Sprite, I like how they did Sprite too, because Sprite is a troublemaker. Mm-hmm. Sprite is a troublemaker, and I think I told you a little bit earlier today that Sprite can't age.
Yeah.
And it depends on the run. In Neil Gaiman's run, Sprite was male. In the newer run that's coming out right now, Sprite is female. So Sprite wanted to do certain things. In Neil Gaiman's run, obviously, just wanted to have a bunch of women and stuff. Mm-hmm. Wanted to do things that everybody else was doing, couldn't do it because obviously he was a kid. No one wanted, can't do that. So and he's like millions of years old. So he was a troublemaker. He did a lot of things and to mess people up. And so I love how they handled that and they showed that conflict with Sprite in the movie and how she was in love with Icarus because they're all the same age.
Yeah.
In the
It's
comic
just
books,
basically the body of a child.
in the comic books, he in the comic books would always complain about why the Celestials would choose to do him so dirty by making him 11 and that he can't age.
And it makes sense why that would be a conflict. 'Cause, I mean, everyone else is like older.
Yeah.
Like they're considered adults in the humans' eyes.
Yeah.
So like, why are they gonna take this kid seriously? You know.
Exactly. Also, too, Kit Harington's character is a character by the name of Black Knight.
That I did know.
So Black Knight. So yeah.
Is that something to do with the sword at the end?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of figured.
Yep. This is what we're gonna see.
Okay.
So I cannot wait until we see this dude dressed up as Black Knight. Yeah, and I wonder if this is going to lead into Secret Invasions as well. That could be a whole other thing with the Kree and all that. So yeah, man, that's what that was with the sword.
Okay.
Also, the one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit about the movie, like I told you, we talked about it in the car, was what they did to Icarus. Every run that I've read, he wasn't really the villain. He was a villain when he was mind controlled by Kree, I believe, at one point. But he's not really typically the villain. He's normally, but I can see why they went that route, just because he's very loyal to the Celestials. He was very loyal to the Celestials. Yeah, very loyal to their cause.
At the end, I guess you don't really view him as the villain.
No.
Because, like you said, he's just very loyal.
He was very loyal to them.
So, it's not, I don't think he's necessarily, like, he got kind of portrayed as the villain a bit, but I think at the end of it all, you realize, like, he's not actually the villain. He's just, you know, loyal to the Celestials.
Yeah. And I like, so, I mean, which is fine because I love Icarus in the comic books. He's pretty dope. But yeah, no, I don't really, that part kind of was like, why would they kind of, because for new fans watching this, they're going to think he's a dude. They're going to think he's a bad guy. And it's like, he's really not though. So yeah, that was a choice that I liked too much, but you know, as I said, if they go this route, he's coming back. He's not going to be dead. Like him going into the sun is irrelevant because his body will just be remade again. So
can he even die by flying into the sun though?
Not really. No, no, not really. Because let's say his body even does get messed up. Again, it'll just be remade. Yeah. That's just assuming that Marvel will do it.
Yeah, take that route.
Yeah. So we will see where they go with that. I love how they did Druig, but Druig in the comic books is a nasty MF, bro. In the comic books, bro, he is, again, Neil Gaiman, that run. The dude like took over a whole country, bro. Like was having people slit their throats and stuff. Like, oh my God. Like showing people their worst nightmares and like having them like, you know, and enacting violence on each other. Like Drew was a nasty son of a gun. But the one thing that I did like that they hinted in the movie as well was that Druig and Icarus didn't get along.
You can tell.
Yeah, they did not get along. They had issues with each other. So you see, remember at the end when he was like, I should have done this to you 5 centuries ago? Yeah, they did not like each other. In the comic books, that was a common theme. They didn't like each other at all. So
yeah, you can definitely feel the tension between those two specifically.
Yes.
But I did love the relationships with Druig and Makari. I thought it was really cute. Like I feel like their connection is like I felt it more than Cersei and Icarus. Like obviously you feel it, but like I feel like they have a better bond.
No, keep going. Keep talking. I'm listening to you.
Oh, no, that's what I was just saying.
No, I'm trying to pull up this. I'm sorry. Not Scourge. Sorry. I was trying to pull his full name. There you go. Arishem the Judge. So the thing about Arishem in the comic books, he's technically not even really the most powerful Celestial, to be honest, in the comic book. So we'll see how they do it in the movies. But Arishem is called the Judge. So that's the one thing that they were hinting at the end of the movie, which might have confused a lot of people. was he said, okay, I'm going to take you, and then I'm going to see if Earth is worth saving, and I'll come back and I'll determine that.
Yeah.
So in the comic books, in Jack Kirby's run, this actually happened.
Okay.
He came down, and because the whole initial plan was to destroy. So when he came down, and he said he made himself like a statue, and he said, I'm gonna stay here for the next 50 years or whatever, and I'm gonna see if this planet is worth saving. Because they actually went down to the humans in the comic books, they were like an experiment to them.
Yeah.
They wanted to see if they would actually evolve and actually improve and become better.
Right.
And if not, they were just gonna eradicate them. So he was like, okay, I'll stay and we'll see what happens. And if humans are actually worth saving, then I'll leave. So that was actually a hint to that, which is why I was like, ooh, they're actually doing it. So,
yeah, I mean, it makes sense in a way, because it's like, okay, well, if you went through all this trouble to save the planet, then what's so great about it?
Exactly. Because and it also fits into the narrative of what they were trying to do in the movie, because they say they would destroy one planet to make another planet.
Yeah.
And actually really like that, how they utilize that, because okay, if this planet is not even worth saving, then we scrapping this one, dog. We gonna make another one. We're out of here. So I feel like this is a great introduction to the Celestials as a whole. In my opinion, and I do feel, again, you'll benefit more with the Eternals by reading some comic books, man. Just because there's a lot to unpack with the Eternals and the Celestials. It's a really big subject, and it's a very big story. And like, you can't really get all of that from one movie. So
yeah, I'm sure within terms of the MCU, they'll like explain it more as time goes on. But like you said, I feel like there's more depth to it in the comics, because, obviously, like, they can't do everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, so I mean, honestly, like, I don't agree with most of these characters, dog. Like, the funniest dude in the movie, bro, like Kingo's assistant, he was hilarious. Oh, that scene made me laugh so much.
Did you get that?
Did you get that? I did.
And I don't know his name. The actor, name,
yeah, but
we saw him in Four Weddings and a Funeral. Yeah. And we loved his character then too. So when I saw him, I was so excited to see him. Like, all right, it's gonna be real good here.
He served as a good part of the comedic relief. He had like 4 cameras. He was ready, dog. He was.
I love him.
He's like, I have to get the action sequence. Like,
I love him.
Dude, did you get that? Yes, I did, sir.
Yo, honestly,
I did. I got it,
bro. I was like so far back that I literally thought it was someone else in the theater.
Yeah, like...
I was like, I turned around like, who said that?
Oh, it was the best. I cracked up so hard in that scene, dude. I loved it. I love the way how he uses powers, because like the thing is, all these Eternals kind of have similar. They can all do force projection stuff. They all just use it differently. Like Athena, which I absolutely loved, Angelina Jolie's portrayal of Athena. She had a mental illness.
Yeah.
And they really dealt with that so well. But she can manifest and create so many different weapons with her abilities. It was so cool.
You know what's interesting? Fun fact about Shannon. This is the first movie I've seen with Angelina Jolie in it. Yeah.
Really? Really?
Really.
Not even the cheesy Tomb Raiders?
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah. Never seen an Angelina Jolie movie.
Not even Maleficent? You ain't watched Maleficent?
No, I haven't.
I haven't seen Maleficent, but I figured you would watch it. Really? Nope. Wow. Yeah,
Angelina. This is my first introduction to her acting.
I've seen quite a few of her movies. Some I don't remember names for, because they either played on the Epix channel and I was just browsing through and I just watched it.
Yeah.
But nah, like I feel like she's really improved as an actress too. I loved her as Athena. She was great, man. Honestly, I have no qualms with the cast at all. And
they did great.
I'll say this. First of all, the sex scene really wasn't as sexy, but it was like...
It really
was not that bad. Like, they were just on top of each other.
I've seen more on daytime television. Like, literally.
I see more in the first episode of Game of Thrones. So, and then
I've seen more of Rob Stark.
Man, I've seen Rob Stark. I've seen Rob Stark naked. We've seen Kit Harington naked. So
that was nothing.
Yo, can you realize the Stark brothers actually reunited with each other on screen?
Yeah.
Can we just talk about that for a second? I didn't even realize that until we're talking about it now.
And
they seemed like so different people.
I know. I saw a really funny TikTok. It was was talking about the two of them, and oh my god, what did they say? It was. I'll have to show you later. I can't think of what it said, but nah, it was talking about them. It's like, oh no, because people were talking about the two of them, and it was just showed like a picture from Game of Thrones. It was like I was there when it was written.
That's true. Yeah, no, I really yeah, man, I liked what I saw, and I loved Sprite. The actress who plays her did a really good job. Gemma Chan, I've always loved Gemma Chan.
Oh, I love
Gemma Chan. The first time I've seen her was Crazy Rich Asians. That's the first thing I saw her in, and I saw her in some other stuff after that. So, she amazing. Like honestly, she did a really good job as Cersei.
We always love Camille.
Oh, we always love Camille. He's great. Oh, he's the best. I love him. I love how diverse the cast was.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
I love the representation, man. We had like someone doing sign language. That's pretty big.
Yeah, no, right? I love that.
Could you imagine now? Like, I feel like that's great for people who are deaf or hard of hearing.
Yeah.
And they do ASL. And they see a character that can do ASL too. And she's dope on top of that. Like, I love how they did her whole speed thing. Flash, who? Like, she was...
Yeah, no, I was going to mention that.
I was body slamming my boy into the rocks.
Man, I love that.
Boom, boom, boom. Like, yo.
And especially going against Icarus, who was like the strongest of them. And she was bodying him.
You know what's funny? He wasn't really... he's not as strong. The thing, they all have a thing that makes them unique. So, Gilgamesh. Oh my God, Gilgamesh. Jesus.
Yes, Gilgamesh.
Yeah, if his name always slips my mind. He's actually technically stronger, than Icarus. Depending on the run.
Well, in the movie, they were saying that Icarus is the strongest.
I guess just because he can fly and shoot laser beams, that's like his main thing. Because he can fly, the rest of them can't fly.
Yeah.
And he can shoot laser beams out of his eyes.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. So I mean, why is it all the characters that can shoot lasers out of their eyes the evil ones? Homelander, Omni-Man, and now we have Icarus. I wouldn't say he's evil though. I just feel like he was just loyal.
Yeah.
And he, had a sense of purpose. And that's the thing. I feel like it explored the fact that these are not humans. They're not humans. And Icarus was the more eternal of the rest of them. They all have found some way to exist within humanity, one way or the other.
Yeah.
And he, was like, I can't really relate with these people. I can't really...
The most human he was marrying Cersei.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the most human thing he did.
Yeah.
Like everyone else, Cersei had a job and she was in a relationship. Thena and Gilgamesh were living their life in Australia. What was the other guy's name?
Drinking spit beer.
Yeah, drinking spit beer. Druid was just running a town in the
Amazons.
And what was the other guy's name? The one with the family.
Phosphus?
I don't think it was Phosphus.
I'm not familiar with him to come. I think he's
Fathros?
I think he's a new character in the movies. I don't remember seeing him in the comic books. Phosphus? I could swear his name is Phosphus. Fastos. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I look. The first movie we saw him in, right?
What?
Child's Play.
He was a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just been getting better and better every time. Like I saw him in the Godzilla vs. Kong movie too earlier this year. He did amazing in that.
And thank God, because I could not stand. I just can't stand that movie. I hate the new Child's Play. No.
Not the Chucky TV show. Though.
No, I haven't seen the Chucky TV show. I do want to watch that though, but.
No, but like, honestly, like, why would I feel like people might have been some type of homophobe or something, because like, he had a beautiful family. Like, he had a husband, he had a kid. It was beautiful.
There was literally
nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
There was nothing wrong with that. See, they had one kiss.
Literally.
They had one kiss. So I don't understand why some people were getting all up in arms about it.
people are always upset when people of color are winning. Let's be real.
I don't know, bro. I can go on and on about it, but I feel like we've said all we could really say about it. I don't know if you have any other comments or thoughts on the movie. This is as a discussion. I feel like this is more of a discussion than a review.
What are your thoughts on the end credits?
Oh, I like the end credits. I hated the fact that
we got spoiled.
Harry Styles and Eros and Star Fox, that whole thing got really, it got spoiled for me, man. I feel like I would have really liked it a lot more if that wasn't leaked.
Yeah, I was just expecting it. I'm like, okay, when's he gonna pop up?
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like,
it's cool. We're getting another Eternal.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they're actually gonna confirm that Thanos is part Eternal. I mean, part Deviant.
Yeah, because I mean,
because his brother.
He's an Eternal, and this is his brother. So something, obviously.
Yeah, and also, the second end credit scene I really liked. That was peak Marvel. I feel like in terms of like introducing new characters. Look, we're introducing a bunch of new characters, and it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. I thought they were gonna find a way to introduce them to the cast we have now. I would have liked that.
I feel like that will happen eventually.
Though. No, I know, but at the end of Shang-Chi, you know, they met Wong and they met Bruce and they met Captain Marvel.
But at the end of like different movies like that, they don't always meet them.
No, they don't. But I feel like this would have been a good way to see how the chemistry would have been between an Eternals and, you know, but I feel like it has to take a while to get there.
Yeah, because they don't even know about the Eternals.
Yeah, they don't know nothing about them. I feel like we'll get that in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, though.
Possibly, yeah, because, I mean, obviously they're going to see it on the news, be like, okay, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, something's going down, because, you know, like, people are getting, like, brought into space by this giant thing. Like, what the hell is happening? So, shoot, someone's getting on it. Probably Doctor Strange, if that's even really him.
Somebody will get to it. Somebody will get to it. But unless you have anything else you wanted to say, I mean, I feel like that's it for now. I know I'll have more to say later on.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I know you have a spoiler talk.
No, I love the cinematography. I loved the music choice. I loved the fight choreography. Like, when it was slow, but when it was, you know, intense, it was really intense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think that's just my basic thoughts on it.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say, guys. I liked it. Watch our spoiler-free review. Definitely go out, form your own opinion. I enjoyed it. It was good. It's a lot of fun. In my opinion, and yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Gotta do an actual spoiler discussion about this. But yeah, sorry if our energy toned down towards the end because we're a little tired, but
yeah,
it's like close to 11. So Raman Chawadi did a great job on the score, by the way. I don't know how I didn't mention that. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching Clockmaster and
Cosmic Binks
out.